You know, usually I'm rushing around for this 5 minutes trying to get everything set up. But today I gave myself enough time and I had to sit down and appreciate the absolutely inappropriate music for the stream start. Welcome all to the stream. It's Wednesday. We're streaming Japanese study. Alright, ladies, gents, lovely people, welcome. How you all doing? I am doing okay. Thank you for asking. Right, there are a couple of things we're going to cover today. There are stream changes, there are happenings going on with me, health-wise. There are Japanese things, and of course I promised something on Friday. Last stream that will not be happening this stream, but will be happening on Friday though. Alright, so let's dive right in, shall we? Alright, lovely people, so what is happening today? We're gonna start with some kanji studying and graded readers, as we have been doing for the last couple of streams. And then we're gonna move on to the introducing you to a Comprehensible Input channel. God damn, I knew I forgot something. Right, okay. I have forgotten to actually paste the link into video description, but I will do that after the stream. Right, so we're gonna be doing that, and then we're gonna go back to the graded reader. Now, unfortunately, today we will not be moving on to the Ace Attorney. That is because I haven't caught up with my kanji yet. The reason for that is I have had a bit of a self-inflicted accident. I cracked, otherwise known as fractured, some ribs right here. So that happened last week. Actually, I already was streaming with that, but it's catching up with me and I'm starting to feel it's not that it's like painful, but I'm having trouble sleeping and the energy is seeping out of me, so I haven't been able to do as much Japanese as I would have wanted, and of course, you know, knock-on effect on YouTube and all that fun stuff. It's a little bit hard to breathe as well. So yeah, so that is why we're doing it today, but today is the day we're gonna catch up with our kanji, and of course on Friday we are gonna be full on with the visual novel and Ace Attorney in the second part of the stream. Now, there is a change that I have done also to the way the stream is gonna be kind of run and structured. So if you've watched this for any amount of time, you would know that ask me any question and I never shut up. I just talk and talk and talk. So to combat that a little bit, we're going to be employing a Pomodoro technique for studying here. So what it is, it's a technique for studying. I've used that when I was doing physics in uni, and of course we can use that here as well. So what we will do is I will have a timer on screen, and for 20 minutes I will stfu and study, all right? That's what's gonna happen. So you can type in chat questions, comments, snide remarks and things like that. Totally fine. I will not be paying attention to that. Then I will have a sound come up, or I actually have a countdown timer, but a sound also, to let me know that it's time for a break. And we're gonna have, for every 20 minutes of study, we're gonna have 5 minutes break, and I'm gonna answer any questions. Chat to you lovely people, the audience. Chat to you lovely people and just take my mind off the kanji, and then we're gonna go back and resume our studies, and we'll continue the stream like that. So that's gonna be hopefully gonna be a kind of new format that I can stick to. All right, and of course the Botrix is in the chat, and it will let you know every 25 or so minutes for new joiners that this is what we're doing, so hopefully I won't have to actually say that out loud myself. White Martin, welcome to the stream, dude. This sounds like the sort of music Ace Rimmer would leave to. Ace Rimmer. It is. What a guy. Yes, of course, what White Martin is referring to is Red Dwarf. Fantastic British sitcom from the 80s, I think. Is it? No, 90s? 80s, 90s, anyway. And I love it, especially the first couple of seasons. And guess what? It is available in Japanese. For a measly sum of for about £400 if you're importing to UK. It's all good. Alternatively, you can go to Nico Nico and maybe find it there. Nico Nico is kind of like YouTube for Japan, basically. A little bit different, but kind of like YouTube for Japan. Just barely the 80s, yeah. Ah, yes. So yeah, that's pretty much what we're gonna be doing today. So, the first question I gotta ask is how you've all been doing and how your studies have been going. It is also back to beer time. No, I didn't have energy to shave today, so I just said, screw it, I'll just leave it. And yesterday, and on Monday. So yeah, that's basically why I have a beer today. Laziness. Yeah, it's literally just the stuff of the consequence of stuff happening. Just no energy for stuff. Yeah. But Martin, you were saying last week that you had a bit of a dip in your kind of motivation. Have you perked up since? Let me know. Let me know if you have perked up since and what you've been up to, and have you actually conquered your lull in motivation. So yeah, as for me, while you were typing, about last week or so, first of all, one part is totally self-inflicted. I've been going to bed very late, past midnight every day. I've just felt like playing some games, and no, not a good idea. Not a good idea. So, yeah. Botrix is writing wrong stuff. For God's sake. No, that should all be changed. Wakanai. Sappari wakanai. Okay. Anyway. Enough of the technical stuff. So yeah, so that was self-inflicted, but of course, because of the, not really sleeping well as well, and having low energy because of that, I have been struggling going through my Japanese daily as well. So there was a day that I've only done about 47 minutes of Japanese, and then the rest of the days were about like a middling hour and a bit, hour and 20 minutes, hour and 45 minutes and stuff like that. So not going above 2 hours, which I feel like I'm regressing. But hey, it's just because I'm used to, doing at least 3 hours a day, closer to 4 hours usually, sometimes 5. But yeah, so that's been my last week. But hopefully, I've been trying to get back to it, and the stream should give me about 3 hours of study time today, which should be good. So what Martin is saying, I've eased back a bit on it until tomorrow. I have a fairly important meeting then, and I will essentially be restarting study after that, assuming it goes well. Fingers crossed, whatever that meeting might be. I wish you well, my man. I wish you well. So yeah, and going back to Japanese as well. Right, on that note, you are here to study together. You're here to study together, so let us study together. So, I have had my birthday not so long ago, and this was a little bit delayed but my brother gave me a nice present. And now you can see that this is mirrored, but Kodansha Kanji learning course in book form, which is surprisingly so much better to work with than doing it on PDF, because lookups are just so much easier, and the Kodansha Kanji learning course relies a lot on going back and forth, looking up kanji and things like that. This is how it's meant to be used, which is finally extremely hard to do in PDF, and then it's just so time consuming, while flipping through the book is just so much easier and so much faster. So I've done that for a couple of days, and like really enjoying it so much more doing it this way than I used to doing it on a PDF, which of course, you know, PDF was just a trial, if you know what I'm saying. So yes. But Martin is saying, I was going to tell you I also bought one of those. The green book already turned up and just waiting for the blue one to arrive. Well, I think the green book is not really necessary, because, you know, as long as you can get something like this, which is much cheaper, you will be fine. Basically like a graphene paper, you could say. But you know, it's fine. But yeah, this is really quite handy, I gotta say. I know green one isn't necessary, but it's nice to have something tangible, especially for the people that need to show my studying stuff too. Also, that book is wide. How many pages? This is a chunky boy at clocking in at 719 pages. This chunky boy is. So if you look here, you can actually see that quite a bit of it is foreword, basically how to study, and then appendices, which are really quite handy with, you know, different kanji groupings, etc., etc. So for ease of lookups, for referencing, and things like that. So kunyomi, onyomi, and things like that. Right, so, which of course they talk about in the foreword on the introduction to the book, how to study, but like on a PDF, it's just it's not impossible, but it just takes so much time trying to go back and forth. While this is supposed to be like a quick lookup, it would just take too much time on PDF. Because PDF is of course not an it's a photocopied PDF, right? So that's why. By showing studying stuff, taking things down to DWP appointments. Oh, right. Okay. I gotcha. Also, I kind of missed your last chat message there. I also discovered my true retention, says Byte Martin. Stats in Anki were not accurate. It was still retaining progress from before I set the deck after changing all the other settings. I found another that also resets that, so it's essentially last chance saloon for Anki. Yeah, as long as you gave Anki a good go, I think it's important to, because Anki can be a fantastic tool if it works for you. So it's important to determine whether it will work for you or not. The job center people, yeah, I got you. What the DWP was, I was kind of like, what the hell? But then I figured out that might have been it. But yeah, so let's actually talk about that, and then we'll dive into studying after this. So this doesn't just apply to Anki, this applies to anything. So there is a reason why I didn't shell out on this straight away, right? And by the way, I'm not just talking to you, Byte Martin, but to everybody who is watching. Is because you need to figure out if it's working for you. So one thing I have learned after studying for what, 17 months now, I think I have been studying Japanese every day, is that experiment. Try new things all the time and see what works for you. Now, Of course, before I've started, I've kind of watched the usual videos, the usual suspects. How would I study if I was to start over? How I studied in 1 year, how I studied in 2 years, how I reached N1, and all that fun stuff. But one thing you realize when you're actually doing the daily grind, all of that, how I've done stuff, including my own video, by the way, that I already disagree with, that I've made after 12 months of studies, it's all a lot, it's not all a lot of nonsense, but a lot of it is there to kind of say, yo, these are all the techniques that you can use. These are not necessarily the techniques that would be working for you, all right? Which is very, very important to understand, because what we have in... because I can only speak about Japanese language community, is a lot of people that will die on a hill. And hey, it's good to have opinions. I have my own opinion as well. And I have defended it on that hill that I was gonna die on, defending that opinion, and then I've changed it. But there are a lot of people that will die on a hill of this is the only way to learn stuff. If you're not doing Anki, you're not studying, right? This is quite a popular opinion, by the way. Or if you're not doing grammar books, you're not studying. Or if you're not doing, fill in your name of your most popular study resource, whether it is an app, a workbook, grammar guide, or whatnot, you're not doing it right. The fact of the matter is that one thing I have learned is you can use all of those as guidelines and try all of them. And then at the end of the day, you will figure out eventually what actually works for you, what you're happy with and what you can sustain over a long period of time. Because I know that there are a lot of people that watch these streams who are just starting to study Japanese. Good on you. But when you're excited and you're starting, it's like, oh my god! First month is gonna be fantastic time. Until it's not. And you're like, I'm not learning anything. What the hell? They promised me, they said I'll know Japanese in a month. I'll be pro. What's going on? Of course I'm exaggerating. Usually they promise you'll be fluent in a year, but that means that after months you should be understanding loads. Listen, nobody gets fluent in a year, yeah. Minimum to get to N1 for above average person would take about 2 years. For above average person, if you're spending... And I'm not saying that you're above average at language learning, I'm saying that you're spending more time, so above the average, and on average people usually spend about an hour-ish, yeah, on study every day, and that is dedicated study people, not just, oh, I'm not sure if this is for me people. So 2 years minimum to get to N1, and that is, in my opinion, N1 is only upper intermediate, unless of course you do all the other things that are needed to get you to being fluent. But fluent is a very nebulous concept. Let's put it that way, because fluent can mean a lot of things to a lot of different people. So Bite Martin is saying, it can be hard to resist the temptation to dig your heels in and keep pushing even if it's not feeling effective for you. Like, you might think, it will work if I keep working harder at it or something. Yeah, and I've done that a lot. And one thing that I kind of regret a little bit is sticking with Anki for way too long. For way longer than I should have. But I've learned, and my 4 months experiment that I'm 3 months in of not using Anki is going fantastically well. I'm much more happier doing what I'm doing right now. I feel that I am learning and retaining stuff much better compared to what I did before. But again, your mileage may vary. So, if you'd like to see what I do, here we go. So, what you'll see right now, if you're just joining, if you've never seen me doing this before, is pretty much what I do every day. Now, as well as doing this, I engage with Japanese language, primarily watching drama, anime, reading, manga, books, etc. outside of what I'm doing right now, for at least 2 hours every day. So, yeah. Right. Let's get started, shall we? We're going to be starting with Kanji, as always. As always, we'll be starting with Kanji. So, and you'll be seeing here that, oh, look at that. There is this session. What is this? Timer completed. Well, we're going to start the timer in a second. But this is my Pomodoro timer. And as I was saying earlier in the stream, the reason why I'm doing this is to kind of stop myself from talking too much, which we have done for the past 20 minutes, so it's time to study. So, from the kanji to graded reader to kanji to graded reader to reinforce those kanji, this is what we're going to be doing for the next 20 minutes. I will not be checking the chat, I will just be studying, so take your favorite study resource. If you want to follow along and maybe read together with me, you can do that. Absolutely, highly encourage you doing that if you want to. But if you're doing Anki, do Anki. If you're reading something in Japanese, read that. If you have a workbook, do your workbook, whatever it might be. Let's get started. So, and yes, Bite Martin, you should. Give it a go, my man. Give it a go. There we go. I will shut up and start studying. Hajimemashou. Seisan的な方法で繊細 生産的な方法で。出産予定日かな日出産予定日はいつなの？予定日。なるほど。出産予定日はいつなの？これだ。はい。元気な男の子が生まれましたよ。はい。花がダンス、花がダンサーは9月に出生予定である。花形。なるほど。花形ダンサーは9月に出産予定である。3、線じゃなくて3だよ。はい。昨日一人の女性が子供を3人産んだかな？産んだ。なるほど。はい。国産ワインは私のなんとか物 it's ski but it's not ski 読み方が音読み忘れちゃった。運物だとは言えない。国産ワインは私の好物。なるほど。好物だとは言えない。そっか。はい。よし。次。同じ方法で口頭による同意口頭そうか口頭による同意コートなるほどでもコートはこれは頭じゃない頭かな160 うん。ああ、なるほど。そっかそっか。はい。わかった。先生も同意見だ。部公的かなに同化する。文化的に同化する。はい。そっか。文化的に同化する。なるほど。はい。無限の同意をした。はい。心から同意します。同情の条件により。はい。自分と同じ国の出身の人。一年中いつも同じでしたよ。俺が昨日見た同じ男性。ジキルとハイドは同一の人物である。先生はだいたい僕と同じくらいの身長です。なるほど、身長です。そっか。身長。なるほど。だけど、だから一人前の男と同じように話をするんだぞ。目の前にいるのはマンチキンたちと同じくらいの大きさの商談でした。小男。そっか、小男だべ。はい。目の前にいるのはマンチンたちと同じくらいの大きさの男でした。マンチキンス。どういう意味こりゃ。はい。わかった。まあね。 うん。うん。よし、次。方向に北方向に。なんだこれ。わからん。北方向に。はい。東へ向かう電車。下方を迎えているけど、ちょっと違う。下りかな。下方、なるほど。下方を向いている。not 迎えている。下方を向いている。はい。上向きにジャンプする。はい。上向き。そっか。上向きにジャンプする。はい。このスタジオは北方向だ。北向きだ。チームは大きいに登場した登じゃなくてこう。チームは大いに向上した。大いに向上した。そっか。なるほど。はい。北を向けるのは怖かった。二人は面と向かった話したかな。二人は面と向かった話した。二人は面と向かった話した。OK。はい。私の方を向いてください。私の方を向いてください。はい。ナフシ。ありがとう。Welcome to the stream. 長岡さんは先生に向いてない。ちょっとそりゃ。向こうに大きな山が見えます。学校はうちの向かいにあります。学校はうちの向かいにあります。この子は秋葉に大学向きだったかな。明白。この子は明白は大学向きだった。はい。そしてまた別の方を向きました。先生は立ち上がったドアに向かった。パトカーが止まって高速向きを変えた。素早き。I don't know why I said 高速で。素早く向きを変えた。パトカーが止まって素早き向きを変えた。 はい。車両、車両交通が両方このどちらにも走れる通りかな。車両交通が両方このどちらにも走れる通り。はい。なるほど。青本さんかな。青本さんはミーティングで交わされた移動を求めた移行をまとめた。青木さん、なるほど。青木さんはミーティングで交わされた移行をまとめた。なるほど。まとめる。はい。それから東方に同じくらい走り、海に向かっていった。北東の東方、北東。それから北東に同じくらいよ。もういいよ。走り、海に向かっていったよ。はい。よし。God damn it. Are we supposed to be having audio? Did I actually... How long did I have this switched off? Because I think you were supposed to be having audio. For a while. Oh, since the break. Oh, did I switch it off at the break? Oh, okay. Huh. That's weird. Right, so to answer your question, let's just do this again. So PlayStation 3 camera, yes, there is a PS3 camera here, and this is for Truck IR, which is this thing. You can attach it to the headset, and you would use it for racing games where you're looking towards the corner instead of where the car is pointing. Flying games, you know, like helicopter or basically flight sims like Jesus Christ, airplane and helicopter flying and things like that. What I used it most for though is Arma. So, because you can turn your head separate from the direction you're going in, which is very, very handy. So yeah, that's what the PlayStation 3 camera is for. I just have it as an IR camera rather than an actual, normal light camera. But yeah, I do apologize that I, for some reason, switched off the for some reason switched off the mic. I don't know why. But yeah, that's what's up. If you have any questions, now is the time to say that, because we have another minute and 30 seconds or so. But yeah. So I haven't really done Kanji. I've only done Kanji, was it today and yesterday? And it's kind of hard to get back into it. Yeah, it's hard to get back into it because you forget stuff, and it's funny how fast you forget stuff as well. So yeah. But Martin is saying, "Oh, that's cool. I thought about Track AR for Elite Dangerous one time." Yeah, I've used it for Elite Dangerous, but it was very sensitive in Elite Dangerous. It was very finicky. Or maybe I didn't really know how to configure it properly in that game, because that's the first time I've actually used Track AR. I got it for Elite Dangerous. So maybe I just wasn't used to it properly, because after using it in Arma for a couple of years, like I can never go back to not using it in Arma. It feels like I have no, like one arm has been cut off or something. It used to be cool in VR until they broke it. Well, you know, at least it's still a game that is out, unlike Star Citizen. Morio. On that note, that is time. That is time. Morio. Just a few more million of dollars. Exactly. Exactly. All right. Back to the Pomodoro technique and back to studying. Naomata かな Naomata それより大事なことがあるはい Naomata それより大事なことがあるNaomata なるほどNaomata それより大事なことがあるはい その、その案について、意見を交わすのは、また、なお早だ？違う。少数だ。少数。少だよね。その案について意見を交わすのはまだ少数だ。それならば、なおのこと、岡田さんに言った方がいいですよ。それならば、なおのこと、岡田さんに言った方がいいですよ。はい。高年の男性かな。高年の男性。そっか。母は高校の先生です。タジシャは高校2年生だ。同時者は高校2年生だ。当事者。なるほど。はい、当事者は高校2年生だ。昨年の先生校と同じだかな。生産高。あれ？そっか。去年の生産高と同じだ。これは去年。昨年じゃなくて。去年の生産高と同じだ。生産高。はい。これは高すぎると思います。北が高く痩せている男だった。自分より年上で身分が高い人、身分が高い人。はい。自分より年上で身分が高い人。 部下は手足が長く、背が高くて痩せていた。おととい君が背の高い男の子といるのを見たよ。人気が高まってライブのチケットが取りづらい。人気が高まってライブのチケットが取りづらい。人気が高まって。なるほど。長岡さんと早川さんとどっちの方が背が高いですか？次。水圧方法でピクデナツ？そっか。ピックじゃなくてピークデナツ。はい。物体にかな、圧力を維持させる力？物体に圧力を生じさせる力。生じさせる。はい。そう、物体に圧力を生じされる力。はい。難しいそりゃ。フィジックスじゃないかな。大豆を熱して取った油。大豆。大豆じゃなくて大豆だべ。大豆だ。大豆を押して取った油。はい。大豆を押して取った油。OK。エンジンの中で圧力が高まった。高圧的なセールスマンのなんとかわからん。饒舌さ。わからん。 高圧的なセールスマンの饒舌さ。ちょっともう一度調べてみよう。これはちょっとね、ちょっとな。The eloquency of a high pressure salesman. Glibness. Eloquency. なるほど。高圧的。The high pressure. セールスマン饒舌。饒舌さ。なるほど。はい。Is it 塩面かなでの気圧は1013ミリバールである。ミリバールはい、もう一度。海面、塩じゃなくて海面での気圧は1013ミリバールである。私たちは終電するために水圧方法を用いる。私たちは発電するために水圧方法を用いる。なるほど。これは水圧を用いる。なるほど。はい。発電。電気の発電。はい。大きい圧がだいぶ下がるから明日の出発は中止となった。大気圧がだいぶ下がるから明日の出発は中止となった。そうか。ちょっと難しいそりゃ。よし。次。よっしゃ。 よし。地元の物産地元の物産ともはい地元の物産そっか物産なるほど花は草地を折った草地を折った花は草地を折ったなるほど高地で成長する草木高地で成長する草木なるほど高地で成長する草木火山で作り出されてた地形火山で作り出された地形もういいよ Oh no, it's a break はい So what are you thinking of today's kind of format that we're doing with the Pomodoro technique? For me, I feel like this is much more centered and helps me kind of study, and then I know that once the alarm sounds, I can move on and just chat to chat, and then when I'm studying, I'm studying. Given how many times things would get interrupted before, it seems like a good idea. Yeah, I mean, definitely from the study perspective. Of course, you know, the ultimate test would be after the stream, when I check at the you know, average viewers and viewer drop off, etc., and see if it has worked. I have seen a few other people use the Pomodoro technique before. Primarily, those channels would be just pure study channels. So they would, you know, record them studying for like 3, 4, 5 hours without talking to the audience at all. So, but I thought that this might be kind of a good compromise where everybody would be everybody would know exactly when I can and cannot chat. So, which might be handier, perchance, than you know, me just like going. That's it. I've had enough of chatting. I gotta study, guys. Because yeah, there are a lot of streams that I was literally chatting for like 45 minutes before even starting to study, and then, you know, get sidetracked again, yeah, in the second part after studying for maybe only 20 minutes. So yeah, it's I think from my point of view it's working well. Whether from the viewer's point of view is it working well is a completely different matter, isn't it? So I might have mentioned that I have forgotten to put the name of the channel that I'm going to be introducing you to, the Comprehensible Input channel. So today is not going to be Comprehensible Input made for learners. It's going to be a Comprehensible Input channel because it's just easy to understand, but it is a Japanese channel made for Japanese, and I'm actually just bringing this up right now. So, and this is kind of the channel that I'm gonna be introducing us to. Really, that's what we're gonna be doing. So, right. Let me do this. Let me also get here and stop everything. All right, because we are gonna be doing this, right? So, so today's channel I'm gonna be introducing to you is probably the first channel you're gonna be watching if you are migrating from your Comprehensible Input channels to a channel that is Japanese only for Japanese people. This channel needs no introduction, but when you don't know, you don't know. So the channel called is HikakinTV. HikakinTV is the biggest YouTuber in Japan. He is... now, this is a huge disservice to Hikakin, but you can say he's a Mr. Beast of Japan. Huge disservice to Hikakin. I detest the content that Mr. Beast produces. But you can draw some comparisons there. So he is the biggest channel in Japan. He has over 19 million subscribers, so you know, he doesn't need to be pushing his stuff onto you. But the channel is interesting for language learners in terms of popularity, absolutely. In terms of popularity, yes. So, in terms of Arnav, welcome to the stream. Hello. So what is up is I'm introducing everybody to HikakinTV. I'm not sure if you know the channel or not, but from the perspective of the Japanese learner. So the reason why HikakinTV is good is because his channel is catering to Japanese families. As in, it's designed for children, but it's also made so that it entertains adults while they watch the channel together with children. Alright? So all of the language that you would be encountering here would be very much a day-to-day language. Again, because he caters towards the quote-unquote whole family, he caters to children. That's what it really means, right? So the conversations he will be having would have very, very simple language, but he'll be speaking natural pace towards Japanese people, not towards language learners. So you have to bear that in mind. Now, Arnav is saying I had to give up on studying Japanese right now due to focus on other things. We'll resume once I get into uni. Yeah, no worries, man. Unless you have Japanese as a class in uni, I'm not sure if you would be able to resume Japanese in uni, because while the first year you'd be acquainting yourself with what uni is all about and thinking, I can definitely do Japanese. Once the second and especially third year strikes, you might be a little bit too busy with everything, but hey, you never know. But be forewarned, be forewarned. But yeah. And hey, I understand having to, you know, ease up on Japanese. As I was saying, I've cracked my ribs last week, and I've been taking it easy as well. Meaning that I've had a few days that I've done about 40-45 minutes, and then a few other days about an hour and a half, hour 45 minutes, which is very little for me daily. That's me taking it easy, right? But anyway, going back to the HikakinTV. So, fantastic channel. He does a lot of different things, as you might imagine, being kind of super popular and catering to a wide variety of audiences, basically family TV. He has food, he has I'm working at the McDonald's, he has travel, he has kitty things, he does gaming things. A lot of it is kind of slapsticky comedy, but again, because the aim is towards kind of to reach a wide audience, right? So that's pretty much the extent of me introducing the channel. So the next, the video we're gonna be immersing in today is gonna be from his series on. He basically has a kitty or two kitties, and it's a series talking about the kitties. So you'll see what I mean. There's gonna be he'll be talking about kitties. He'll be making a lot of noises and a lot of sound effects and things like that. I'll be right back. I think that's my shop in here. No worries, man. No worries. All right. So basically, that's the channel. And without any further ado, we're gonna switch off the music, and we're gonna listen for the next 6 minutes and 57 seconds. Without me interacting with chat or talking. We're gonna be, well, or if I'm gonna be talking, I'm gonna be talking in Japanese. And we're gonna be listening to, of course, this next video. It's gonna be a kitty video, so it's gonna be cute. Don't you worry. Don't you worry. All right. So again, I will be adding the... I'll be adding the channel to the description of the stream once I finish the stream, as I have forgotten to do that. And of course, if you're watching in the future, you can just go and click there. If you're watching right now, let me share actually the channel with you, because that is only fair for those watching live right now. The link is now shared in both Twitch and YouTube chat. So if you want to sub to him, go and sub. He needs just one more sub. He only has 19.3 million of them. All right, let's go.
HikakinTV every day.
何これ?
Hello YouTube. どうもヒカキンです。さあ本日はですね、待ちに待ったヒカキンハイタッチイベント、お菓子ぶちまけ会です。はい、いきなりね、ステージにこの衣装で出ていこうかなと思うんですけど、ちょっとね、これかぶって出てって本物かな、あれ本物って思わせて、これ脱いでこれ客席にポーン投げようかなと思っております。これ実はサインしてるから
なるほど。
会場中にお菓子を巻いてね、ハロウィンなんで。でそれが終わったらハイタッチ会です。僕もね、実際ファンの人との交流イベント1年ぶりくらいなんで楽しみにしております。ドキドキする。 YouTube broadcast yourself, yeah.
Oh god. This is... Hold up. This is gonna be copyright strike, wouldn't it? Alright. All right. Looks like the music is gonna be there throughout, so we're gonna be watching a different video. And that's what happens when you don't actually check the video that is coming up. Okay. Welcome back. I'm gonna be cutting out the last part because it's gonna be a copyright strike, and you know it. All right. Let's see. Okay. I could take a miracle shot of Maro. Right. This is what we're gonna be watching right now. That sounds like YouTube. Yes. So we actually gonna be watching this video instead. All right. It has kitties in it. It's all good.
どうも専属マッサージ師です。
HikakinTV everyday.
ハロー YouTube。どうもヒカキンです。本日はタイトルにある通りなんですが、もうね奇跡が起きたんですよ。まあいわゆる奇跡の一枚ってやつ。もうね伝説級の一枚の写真が撮れたんですよ。丸尾の。まあ今までもいろんな可愛い写真たくさん撮ってきました。こんな写真とか、こんな写真とか、こんな可愛いのとか、可愛いこんなのとか。何かがいるねって感じのとか。これもいるねって感じとか、魂が抜けちゃったねってやつとか、ぐっすり寝てるね
かわいい
とか、まあ山ほどね写真撮ってきたんですけど、少し前で言うとねこれとかね僕の中で名作なんですよね。これそうずっと僕スマホの待ち受けとかにしてるんですけど、しかし今回撮れたやつはねちょっともう一生超えられねえんじゃねえかなっていうのがこの iPhone で撮れちゃったんですよ。もうね撮った瞬間にって感じでもう超えられねえって思ったんです。じゃあちょっとねお見せしていきたいと思います。ブーンブーン。いやもう今後もプロカメラマンヒカキンって呼んでもらおうかなっていうレベルなんだよ。じゃあいきますよ。結構いっぱい撮ってたらそのシーンがねいきなりやってきたんだよね。そうまずその時はねこんな感じに、まあこれ最近ねよくここで寝てるんですけど、キッチンで丸尾とモフコがこんな風にね寝てたんですよ。でこれ1枚目これパシャって撮ったらなんやって顔してる。こっからスタートしました。でちょっと丸尾に寄ってみたらこれ首太っ、僕より太いですねこれ首。てかもう顔と首の境界線がなくなっちゃってるんですよこれ。まあこの状態を通称室伏丸尾と呼びます。まあこれはいいとして、少しね写真撮ってたらはいこれ起きるかわいいまあこんなのも撮れたりして、はいこれキッチンで立ち上がりました。ちょっとねiPhone の方を見てます。ってでそしたらねまたキッチンの上にちょっとこう座っちゃったんで、ね、でも僕はまだ撮ってます。まあ、プロなんでねプロカメラマンはずっと撮ってますからパシャこんな感じね。でなんかこう下見たりしてねパシャ、今度は反対側見てパシャで、まずここでねかなりいいのきます。次がねこちらパシャ。これすごくない？これ見てくださいこれ。かわいい。これ iPhone のポートレートモードで一眼レフみたいに丸尾にピントがバッチリあって撮れてるんですけど、これかわいいね。これ撮れました。でいよいよここからです。もう来ます。
もう3分ね。
むくっと立ち上がりました。ではいこんな風に凛々しく立ち上がり、もうちょっと美しいでしょこれね。それじゃあいきますよ。こっから3、2、1ファイヤーっていきますね。3、2、1
かわいい。
ファイヤー これやばくない？これやばくない？
やばくないな。
神々しい。もう神々しいんだよこれ。
かわいいじゃん、かわいい。
これまたポートレートモードで撮ったんですけど、これやばいよ。これもう作品だよ。人形みてえだこれ。これは超えらんないっていうのなんかわかるでしょ。もうなんかちょっとさ、こう下側からこう上向きに撮ってるとか、この絶妙によく撮れてるんだよね。ちょっとより度アップで見てほしいんで、パソコンの方見づらいかもしれないんですけど、全画面にしてこうちょっと縦にしてご覧ください。いきますよ、せーの、ポン。これやばくないこれやばい、これやばい。もう招き猫の人形かと思うよこれは。いやー、神様かよ。
神様。
これ夜撮ったからね。目もなんか夜のさ、黒い瞳が大きくてクリンクリンで、お目目も可愛く撮れてんだ。
そうだよね。
いや、すげえ。はい、というわけで丸尾の伝説の一枚でした。ちょっとね、今回たまたまね、丸尾がなんか立ち上がって撮ってたら撮れたんで、いつかモフコも撮りたいね。ただね、なかなか狙って撮れるもんじゃないんで、いっぱい撮りまくるしかないですね。ブーンブーン。はい、というわけで今後もプロカメラマンヒカキン、奇跡の一枚を狙っていこうと思うよ。この動画もしよければ評価、グッドボタンぜひぜひお願いします。ヒカキン TV のチャンネル登録もぜひ。その他 Twitter、Instagram もやってますので、説明欄からフォローお待ちしてます。最後までご視聴ありがとうございました。じゃんけんタイム。
じゃんけんタイム is the best。
最初はじゃんけんポン。バイ。
Yosh, yosh, yosh. All right, so I think this should give you a good idea what HikakinTV is all about. I mean, he needs a few more subs, so you know, definitely go and check him out and sub to him if you so desire. So Jirai, welcome to the stream. Of course, Hikakin might be a bit too childish for you. He has slightly more. No, he doesn't. I wanted to say he has slightly more serious things. He does. In general, he does. But most of the stuff he does is very similar to this, so he doesn't really vary things too much there. Yeah. The good thing about the HikakinTV is that the language is very, very simple, right? He is using a lot of props. He is using a lot of visual aids, baked in subs to emphasize certain things and stuff like that. So very, very, of course, high production quality stuff. If you are into that type of things, really. I watched maybe 10, 15 of his videos, and more. Yeah, it's not quite my thing. But I always wanted to introduce people to it, because if you are just moving away from comprehensible input channels that are made for learners, this is a very easy channel to move on to, even though he speaks definitely much faster, but he speaks very clearly, and vocab used is very, very much tailored towards younger audiences, so it's an easier vocab. Right, so that was HikakinTV. I hope you have enjoyed that, and go and sub to him if you found that interesting. That's all I'm gonna say about that. Now we are going back to our studies, though. And when I say we're going back to our studies, we are gonna be going back to Kanji. Let me just drink a bit. All right. So. All right. And we can switch back to here. And yes, we're back doing graded readers and Kanji. So, we left off on the Kanji 187. What was 187 again? Oh yeah, chi. Ji to chi toka. Ji toka. Kitty deja vu. Kochi koi. Kochi kochi. Kitty's meowing right outside the door, but he wouldn't come in. He's just like, no, it's time to eat. No, no. Rooftop Juice Box, welcome to the stream. What are you saying there? Benkyo time. Let's go. Oh, let's go. Welcome to the stream, Rooftop Juice Box. How you doing, bud? Also, how you doing, Jirai? Or Jirai? I forgot to ask you about that as well. How are your studies going, both of you? Yes, so we are gonna be going back into this. So from today, and I have said that multiple times on the stream, but it looks like both of you are just tuning in. From today, we're using Pomodoro technique. Pomodoro technique. So basically, I use a 5 minutes break where I chat to the audience and then I switch on and I concentrate on my studies, ignoring the chat until the 5 minute break again. So 20 minutes on, 20 minutes break, basically, is what we're doing. But seeing how there is only about 25 minutes left, I think I'm just going to dive in and split my attention between the two for now, for the last 25 minutes. I think that's a good idea. Money Inside Films is asking how to learn vocab faster. Very good question. Rooftop Juicebox is saying, I'm Genkly studying at the local library. Happy to include the stream to study alone. Glad to hear that. Glad to hear that. Thank you. Arigato, Rooftop Juicebox. Jirai is saying, I've been addicted to Monster Hunter lately, so I've been listening to Japanese enough. Ah, very nice. So you're playing it in Japanese. Very cool. Very cool indeed. Unless you're watching YouTubers play Monster Hunter. I should really go back to Monster Hunter. It's a fun game. Right. Money Inside Films. So, how to learn vocab fast. There are a couple of things you can do. It depends on what you need the vocab for. All right? If you need to pass some kind of test like a JLPT or whatever, the best way to learn it, not to learn it, more to cram it, would probably be Anki with a pre-made deck specifically for JLPT level. Supplemented by other things like a lot of reading. Since we're talking about JLPT, that's primarily what you should be doing. If you are going to Japan next month and you have just started studying, really doesn't really matter what vocab you learn. It won't help you much. Like, it really depends on how fast you need to know it. You won't, even being able to say stuff in Japanese, you won't be able to understand what is being said back to you, right? So this is because your question is specifically about learning vocab. You just have to bear these things in mind. However, if you're not talking about how to learn vocabulary the fastest, but how to actually learn it in the most optimal way that you retain it and understand it the best would be to engage in massive amounts of directed by yourself or by somebody else study in terms of engaging with native content, right? So that means listening, reading, listening, reading, reading, listening. All right. So that would be the best way to learn massive amounts of vocab and retain it and being able to understand what's being said and being able to use it actually in conversations. Eventually you want to start outputting, but that would be my recommendation for learning vocab. There are no shortcuts. You can try Anki, but Anki is just cramming without actually massive amounts of reading and listening. I mean, watching YouTube, watching anime, manga, or drama, movies, etc. You would not get anywhere. That's it. That's all I have for you. All right. Talking off. Let's continue with graded readers. Higzo! You never say Igzo, actually. You just say hajimemashou. Hi. Igzo is when you're going somewhere. Ne. Hi. He wa kokoro no shinchiyoi oto o dashita. Kokochoi. Kokochoi. 火は心地よい音を出した。そっか。Anki is a good supplement, says Rooftop Juice Box, but shouldn't be the main study source. It should complement immersion from anime shows, reading, etc. Yeah, if it works for you, absolutely. If it works for you, absolutely. Unfortunately, me personally, after using Anki for about 15 or so months, I decided, or 14 months, I've decided that I don't want to be dealing with Anki ever again in my lifetime. So I'm not using Anki anymore. Anki is a tool, and there are other tools that you can use, like apps and workbooks and things like that. But primarily, the way that you will absorb the language the best and retain it as well is through reading, listening, and watching. Watching, listening is the same, basically. Reading and listening. You're going to Japan next year for a job. All right, Money Inside Films. Does your job require you to pass JLPT N2? Or N1, or if it's not a, let's say, a business job, but more of a maybe where you don't require such knowledge of Japanese, like catering and things like that, it might be N3. So if you just need to pass the JLPT, my advice, Anki, JLPT specific software developer. Well, in that case, your job is probably not even asking for you to have Japanese. But it might. It might. So for software developer, you either don't need to know Japanese or you probably need to know Japanese to N2 at least. For vocab, I think daily Anki is best. Even if you only have a couple of minutes a day, it's better than nothing. I also treat watching anime as studying, lol. When you hear a word you learn, that reinforces it. Yeah. So, Nina, first of all, welcome to the stream. Welcome. So, so with Anki, all right. I think I've given my thoughts on Anki already many times, but Anki is better than nothing. It doesn't mean it's the best thing to learn vocab. Yep. So again, Money Inside Films, we go back to if you need to learn the language in order to have a specific level of GLPT, Anki, and there are a number of really, really good books for you to be able to pass GLPT, right? So we're specifically talking about passing GLPT test, because if the job is required, if this is the job requirement, this is your best way of studying the language. Supplemented by massive amounts of reading. You don't need any output whatsoever in terms of speaking, right? So you would need a little bit of listening, but not really speaking at all. That won't be tested. If you do need to be able to actually converse with people, the best thing you can do, if you only have 1 year and starting from zero, I don't know what your level is right now, but if you only have 1 year and starting from zero, do Anki, complemented by just massive amounts of listening. If you don't need to be able to read, disregard reading completely. I am serious. Completely disregard it and just do massive amounts of listening. So that means watching Comprehensible Input Japanese channels, listening to podcasts, watching whatever Japanese or whatever media you'll find interesting in Japanese language. So we're talking about anime, we're talking about drama, we're talking about movies and things like that. YouTube channels, things like that. So a rooftop juicebox saying is, I'm studying software development right now, plan to make the transition to that from English teaching when I go next year after a couple of years teaching. That's a good plan. That is a good plan. Absolutely. And then once you are in Japan and can express yourself in 1 year, in 1 year, what you can achieve if you study daily for about 2 hours a day is about roughly equivalent to understanding daily conversation, the gist of daily conversations, and being able to survive barely in Japan in terms of speaking in Japanese. That's the realistic, that's a very realistic thing you can achieve in 1 year. If you hear anybody say in 1 year, you can be absolutely fluent, good luck. 1 year down the road, you'll be disappointed. That's all I gotta say to that. Ignore those people. Because in 1 year, it's, unless you already have a base to start from, if you're not starting from zero, you would not be able to reach advanced level. Let's call it advanced level in Japanese, which is above N1. You're joining in February 2026. Yeah. No, I mean, hey, that's fantastic, first of all. That is really, really fantastic. But that's pretty much should give you an idea of what you should be doing. So if you want to have the most rounded Japanese comprehension, I would say just read more than you listen. Because that would accumulate the biggest amount of vocab that you would not be able to understand when people speak to you to begin with, but it would still give you a fantastic fundament base that you would skyrocket from once you're in Japan. You'll literally, your because you will be bombarded with Japanese language all the time, so your listening would improve dramatically, and you would just, your comprehension would skyrocket. However, if the comprehension and conversing is the most important thing to you when you actually hit Japan, ignore reading entirely and just concentrate on listening, and maybe a little bit of speaking towards the end so that you can actually put together sentences. That's my advice to you, and I hope that works out well for you. And keep us updated on how you're getting on. Right. Shall we actually get into reading? I think we shall. 火は心地よい音を出した。よし。この年はつぶつI wanna say がよくできる。違うね。作物。なるほど。この年は作物がよくできる。はい。パンセーチにレズンを入れる。レーズンを入れる。はい、わかった。パン生地に、なるほど。パン生地にレーズンを入れる。地面は足元がぐしょぐしょだった。ぐしょぐしょっていうのはなるほど。ぐしょぐしょ。そっか。はい。両手で地面を叩き立ち上がった。両手で地面を叩き立ち上がった。はい。話を別のKanjiから見ようかな。Kanji。はい。話を別のKanjiから見よう。水は150日の間、地上にみなぎった。水は150日の間、地上にみなぎった。はい。地元チームには自分なリーダーがあった。2月27日になって、血は全く乾いた。乾いた？そっか。なるほど。そっか。はい、わかった。顔をうつむかせて、目は地面を見つめていました。顔をうつむかせて、目は地面を見つめていました。はい。よし。次。よし。 それも。よいしょ。電子式ラジオ電子式ラジオ。あ、そっか。なるほど。Oh, is the grammar structure of Japanese similar to your native language? I'm on the inside. Then you'll definitely have a leg up. For sure it's gonna be easier for you. But yeah, again, it's not even that you need to kind of learn the grammar. Grammar comes from enough exposure. I mean, it does help if you kind of go through the grammar. The thing is, it's not about, most languages is actually not so much about the grammar and being able to construct the sentences. It's actually being exposed enough to the language that you're able to reproduce the same things that the native speakers do. Because it's... And then the grammar understanding comes later. But yeah, like if the grammar structure is very similar, then you're definitely gonna have easier time and your progress is gonna be faster. But it's you still have all other things like pronunciation, because of understanding, pitch accent because of understanding. There is a misunderstanding about pitch accent that you only need it if you want to sound like a native. No, you actually need it to understand what natives are saying, because there are similar sounding words with just pitch accent difference that mean the completely different things, like ame and ame, ame and ame. So yeah, it's one is and the other one's So ame is sweet, if I'm correct, or like a candy, and ame is rain. So that, and of course vocab, right? So there are a lot of moving parts, not just the grammar, but if the grammar is similar, you will have a huge advantage compared to people who maybe their only grammar they know is English grammar, for example, because it's almost completely gyaku to English, right? So, or at least the sentence structure is completely different or reversed from English, but that's a different story entirely. All right, let's go through this. I want to say Michi. Michi wa ike o mawashite iku? Michi wa ike o mawashite iku. Hai. Kamera yoi no denshi o kudasai. Sankajiを覚えてないぐための用水池かな。全然違うよ。 山火事を防ぐための様子1。山火事を防ぐというのは、ちょっと待って、防ぐ。188.4。174 Kanji。なるほど。はい。防ぐ、defend against。OK。防ぐための様子1。はい。この池には、以前、カエルがたくさんいた。約。なるほど。約1.5 ボルトを維持させるボルタ電池。volts! はい。So、約 1.5 ボルトを生じさせるボルタ電池。なるほど。Alright。よし。Alright. I think it is time. Ladies, gents, lovely people, it's time of the day where we say thank you for everybody for being here. I really appreciate you interacting with me, asking questions, and of course, making statements and saying hello. If you have not, and you're a lurker, we love lurkers too.